Harry Kane's been given a 96 rated team of the season card, and today we're going to try it out. If you want to improve your ultimate team and need some coins to do so, you should check out my sponsor IG Vault. There's a link to do so in the description, and if you use the code Kieran, you'll get yourself a nice little discount off your order. This is the team he's going to be leading. Hopefully these three in behind him can provide some pretty good service, and let's now have a look at his items, shall we? 4-star weak foot, 3-star skills, high work rates, and stands at 6'2". In terms of traits, there are a couple of notable ones, but the main one for me is that outside the foot shot one. Stats, there's a couple of, there's a few 99 rated attributes: head and accuracy, composure, reactions, attack positioning, finishing, all of 99, which is very good to see. Composure as well, so in theory this guy should be an excellent finisher, and to be fair, I think that's what we all expect, especially from a Harry Kane card at this stage of FIFA. It is a bit of a shame they didn't give him better pace than the Rule Breakers item, but whatever, it is done now. So let's break down these stats. Let's first talk about the shooting column, because it's excellent. Like, you really can't get much better, and like I've already touched on in game, I'm expecting him to be really good at putting the ball in the back of the net. Passing also really nice too, and to be honest, he looks like he could make like a decent cam. I definitely think you could play him in behind a more pacey striker option, so something to consider there. Dribbling is decent, but nothing too spectacular. Probably will look to boost that with a chem style, and the physicals, they look really good. Nice strength and aggression, good jumping, and also pretty good stamina. So all in all, on paper, it does look like a really elite item. I think it's fair to say the chem style to use on this guy is just obvious. But it's worth noting you can get him to be a 98 rated striker with the basic chem style and marksman as well. But ultimately, you want to be using engine on this guy. The boost that it gives in the dribbling area are just too key. Brings up his pace nicely as well, and also makes his passing elite. And the shooting is already elite, so an engine chem style on this guy is just perfect. On debut, Harry Kane is tasked with putting the ball past Gulaxi. Decent defense from my opponent, but I think we can do some damage against that. Here's a chance if Kane can get on the end of it. It's a good run. Varane in pursuit. Can Kane get there? Oh, he can. But under pressure, just can't get it over the goalkeeper. Oh, Kane, you've done so well to keep that in. You've done so well to keep that in. Oh, if we scored off that, it would have been brilliant. Soucek. Well, it's 1-0 at the break. We are 1 goal up, but it's been a really tight first half. Chance to break now. Salah. Good ball into Kane, who's going to get around Kanate here. Options needed. Little dink into the box for Son. Oh, Mukiele, great defence. Cancelo whips it in. Chance, Kane with the header. There we go. Knew it as soon as that ball was whipped in that was going in the back of the net. Salah into Harry Kane. Oh, he's nabbed it. Is he onside? Okay, that was a strange goal, but I'll take it. Kane with a quick one too. He's getting very aggressive with his defending now, and we can take full advantage of that, hopefully. Bit of a space. Hit the finesse. Oh, good save from Gulaxi. Bruyne, can he pick the right pass? You bet he can. Kane into some space. What are our options here? We're going to find... Oh, that would have been a great bit of link-up play. Sadly, Varane makes a good intercept. Still one more chance in this game as Son places it through for Kane. Kane with the dink. Oh, he's offside. That's a shame. Would have been a great way to end the match. Well, full time's come around and Harry Kane got himself 2 goals in at the end. Not a bad performance from him at all, but I still think there's more to come from him. Okay, Kane has got a pretty much full special backline to get past in this one. Into Kane. Oh, he's done really well to turn his man, and when you give this kind of... what am I even trying to say there? What I meant to say was, if you give this kind of card that kind of space, then the ball's only going to end up in one place, and that's the back of the net. Could do some support, or maybe not. He'll go alone. He cuts back. Oh, I just want to get the shot away, to be honest. Tight angle, really tight angle, and that's just made for an even better strike. Weak foot strike across the goal, ended up in the back of the net. Love to see that. Injured Son hands it off to Harry Kane, who goes for the finesse. Oh, it's a tidy finesse, and in the end, it does result in a goal, but it's a shame it didn't hit the back of the net itself. And there's the whistle for the break. So we've got ourselves a 3-2 lead in this match. It's been pretty end-to-end, and I think the scoreline reflects that fairly. Tini finds Soucek, who plays the ball in nicely in behind for Harry Kane, who will cut back. Oh, I tried to get the finesse away, but we've got a foul. Good bit of play here to free up Harry Kane. Chance to go across goal, and in those kind of instances, we just aren't going to miss. Oh, it is over at this point. We are just running riot. He has gone very aggressive with his defending, and we are just taking full advantage. And there's full time. Harry Kane obviously got himself a match ball and a bit more, to be honest. Bit of stat padding done towards the end there. My opponent just got really over aggressive and just wasn't playing properly. So things to note, but the early goals obviously were all very viable. Very good performance. Okay, Harry Kane is going to be up against Showdown Nathan Ake in this one. Link up rather nicely. I wish Son was making a wide run there, but wasn't to be apparently, and Kane somehow come away with the ball. Don't actually know how he's done that, and he's created a really good chance for himself, and not only has he created a good chance for himself, he's took it. Great goal. Oh, go on, Kane. Nab that. Run. Run. Use whatever pace you might have. He's actually done really well. Options in the box are very limited. Can we actually get a shot away here? We can. Sadly, that was never really going to truly test keeper. Harry Kane. Oh, it's not far away, is it? I just thought I'd go for it because it's just half time, but not a bad effort. We are 1 goal to the good at the break thanks to a Harry Kane effort, so yeah, hopefully we can extend on that in this next half. Pass there from KDB into Harry Kane, who's got a really tight angle here. Can we come on the inside and shoot? Cut back. Oh, I tried to go for the near post, I just didn't turn quick enough. Chance at the edge of the box. Left-footed finesse. Oh, good save from Ederson. Another game, another goal for Harry Kane. 96 rated Harry Kane then. What are my thoughts on this card after using it? Well, none of you will be surprised to find out that it's a very, very good finisher. Like, ultimately, that is the best thing about this card is the finishing and just general goal scoring ability is brilliant. It's really, really top level and ultimately is end game, which, as I say, won't be a surprise to anyone. Really good finisher. But ultimately, is he like a top level striker in Ultimate Team? No, he's not. And that's ultimately just because his card type, his player type doesn't quite fit the game. Obviously, on the 10, we all knew it was coming. He just isn't as mobile as, you know, the more meta options in the game. But that's not saying that this is a bad card, because it's not. It definitely has its positives. And for some people's playstyles, this card will be great. It truly will. But I feel like for most people, they would prefer a striker who can just offer a bit more. Now, this Kane is an elite finisher and brilliant at hold-up play, and he definitely will help other players around him link up because, as I said, he's got the ability to hold-up play really well. But he's not one of these forwards that's going to go on these, you know, mazy runs and break through defenses all by himself. And ultimately, that's what most people want in Ultimate Team. But if you don't want that, brilliant. Go try out this Kane card. You'll love it. You'll like it more than most. But yeah, as I say, for the majority of people, this card isn't quote-unquote meta, so just something to note, but I think most of you already knew that. Anyway, let's go through the positives. Like I've already touched on, shooting is perfect. I have no issues with that whatsoever. Left foot, right foot, clinical, whether it be a finesse shot, power shot, long shot, he's a great goal scorer. He really, really is. Also with his noggin as well, with his head, he's going to score goals. Very happy with that. Positionally, very good too, gets into the right areas, makes good runs, and that obviously does make it a bit easier to play with him. I also thought his passing was up to a very good standard, links up very well with players around him, and does put through some really nice through balls, which is great. But then we come on to the dribbling, which I'm going to say it again, and I know I use this phrase a lot. For a tall striker, for a big man, his dribbling is up to a good standard. But still, on the 10, a bit slower than other attackers, and ultimately, against a good defender, you will be caught out because of that. Fortunately, though, with this Kane card, you do have good strength, so you can hold off would-be defenders much better than some other players. But all in all, ultimately, as I say, he is one of them players who you do have to work a little harder to get the best out of them. So that is just something worth thinking about. Do I think it's worth 700k? No, I do not, unfortunately. And I get the feeling if there was another Premier League Team of the Season striker available, aside from Vardy, this Kane would be much less of that price by now. And I do suspect his price will drop down further over the weekend. So we'll have to wait and see what this card settles at. Ultimately, it's a very good finisher, but like the overall card just doesn't fit the playstyle of FIFA 21, and that's ultimately the best way of summing it up. It's still a very good card, and some people will find it super effective, but I can also understand why some people might find it a bit frustrating to play with compared to other high level forwards. But still, very good item, no doubt about that. And for those of you who like need a finisher in your team, as I say, you can't do much better than this guy because his goal scoring ability is just top draw. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on 96 rated Kane. Any questions, do pop them down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'll catch you in the next one.